G'day and welcome to RDFNL TV. My name's Yeendy. I'm joined by Grant McMillan. Thanks for joining us, mate. We're getting ready to talk up some under-9s competition, mate. Tell us how exciting it's been going.
Yeah, the under-9s has been a great initiative, Yeendy, for growing participation and fun and enjoyment for the kids, really. It's a competition that we piloted in Melton for a couple of years here at Arnold's Creek. And it's really grown from there. We started out with the Melton-based clubs, and it was basically born out of just to engender more participation. There's a lot of kids who are at the older age level in Auskick, and we wanted to provide a mechanism for them to be able to give them some sort of semblance of what junior football would be like when they moved into it. So even when a lot of kids were still at Auskick, we allocated Auskick centres to clubs and had those players mixed up in those sides, and it just provided an experience for them as to what junior football was going to be like, and hopefully just provoked thought in their mind that, yeah, do you know what, if junior football is going to be like this, I think I'll go and play.
Now, with the introduction of the competition, how are we seeing participation numbers at Auskick and then under 10s as well?
Well, even at Auskick, we've still been able to maintain the same level of numbers. I was looking at our 2018 numbers this morning, and they're on par with the 2017 numbers. So even with the creation of under-9s competitions, and we've now got clusters in both Woodend and also at Sunbury, 6 sides in each of those competitions. So our Auskick numbers have still been able to be maintained, and the numbers are still growing at under 10s level as well, which is great. So, you know, it's really important that if we're going to continue to build the competition, that we build strong numbers at the younger age groups.
Oh, I'd imagine as well, given that Auskick does take place over the weekend period, and we're seeing the under-9s competition on Wednesday nights, that maybe the Auskick acts as a bit of a training run for some of these kids to prepare for the under-9s on Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the Auskick centres and junior clubs, they use it as a training session, and you know, sometimes they'll have, you know, one training session on a different night, and then use the actual game as a means of being able to implement what they've learned at training. So it's really good, and it's no secret that, you know, the growth of female footy has provided some fixturing challenges for us. So being able to play the under-9s during the week, there's 2 competitions on a Wednesday and 1 on a Friday. It's been able to free up a little bit more time on the weekend as well, which is a great thing.
And what sort of modified rules are we seeing in this form of competitions?
Well, you've got a lot of basic rules. So you're not allowed to kick the ball off the ground. Kids are only allowed to have 1 bounce. If the ball goes out, the last team to touch it, the other team gets it. Doesn't matter how far the ball goes, it's considered to be a mark. All those sorts of things. There is modified tackling in it. So you know, we need to try and give kids the understanding that, yep, in junior football, yes, you are going to be tackled. It's not like an Auskick grid game or an AFL 9s game where there's no contact or anything like that. But, you know, we certainly make the umpires aware and really emphasise that the kids are taking care when they're tackling, and also reinforce to the coaches just the correct technique.
Now, the concept of the Auskick 9s, was it a club-driven thing?
Well, yeah, it's for the club to be sustainable, really it has. I mean, we provided the goalposts and provided all the match footies for the clubs, but because it's happening at 3 different locations, we've now got club volunteer umpires who are being able to do that job, and that's the other thing we really need to be mindful of, that, you know, a lot of the people that are driving this competition are volunteers. Mm-hmm. So we need to be supportive and encouraging of that. You know, and the club volunteer umpires are out there doing a good job. And the coaches are actually allowed on the ground at the same time. So that's in order to try and stop the game becoming congested, and really educating the kids about staying spread out and staying in their positions, because the ball will then move a lot quicker and kids will get more touches of the footy.
One of the things I've also witnessed as well is that we're seeing younger kids who are a bit older using it as an opportunity to learn a bit more about coaching too. So we're seeing younger sort of assistant coaches sitting down and communicating with the kids and learning a bit more about the game by encouraging the sort of things they want to do.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing too. It's good that clubs are getting older kids involved in that. And you often see, I've been around to a lot of Auskick centres, and you see a lot of the older junior players coming down to help the kids out at Auskick, because that's where a lot of those kids started. So, any sort of sports coaching is good for the kids to get involved in. It's good for their communication skills, and it's good for their leadership skills as well. So, if they've got the right guidance and mentoring processes in place, the club, it's good to be able to get the kids involved in coaching. It gets them to see the game from a different perspective as well. So yeah, that's a positive thing.
Magnificent, mate. And how long is this competition running for?
It's a 12-week competition, Chris. So we've set the fixture out early on in the year. And we deliberately made the under-9s probably a little less formal than the other age groups in the competition. It's really about, the parents can actually go on the ground and stand around the boundary line, don't have to stand behind the fence or anything like that. And it's just really about fun and enjoyment and participation, and just being able to give the kids a good introductory experience to their football journey, and hopefully that's something that will help retain them in the game, because if the kids are enjoying the game and having fun, they're going to keep coming back and playing, and that's what we want.
And we're seeing some great crowds getting along into some of the games as well, which is fantastic. With the clubs already put teams forward, we're seeing a lot more, a good vibe around the comp. Have you expressed interest or received expression of interest from other clubs to go, well, we want to be part of this in 2019?
Yeah, it's funny. We've actually got 2 clubs that actually don't sit within the RDFL who come down to play. They play in the Melton cluster, and that's Darley and Ballan as well. And Darley came in this year. Ballan have been in right from the start, and it's just the convenience factor that Darley's 15 minutes up the road. Parents and players are happy to travel down during the week, and we're really grateful to the clubs who've been able to accommodate and provide their venues to allow the clusters to run. So Melton Centrals have been enormously supportive here at Arnold's Creek. Chris Connolly and Paul Sinclair and all the gang there. And Jared Hines and the guys out at Diggers Rest in their first season are doing a fantastic job. And then Jason Wynn and Brendan O'Connor and the guys at Wood End are really doing a good job up there as well. So we thank those clubs for being able to get the use of their facilities week in, week out to be able to get this competition going. And then that's the beauty of setting up the clusters. Parents, it's during the week. Parents aren't having to travel too far. The games are all played at the same venue every week. The club's just coming together, help to set up, help to pack up, and it's a great little competition for everyone. Everyone's a winner, Yeendy.
Terrific, mate. Well, it is a winner. We're seeing more participation through junior football and hopefully into the senior football in the future. Grant, thanks so much for joining us on RDFNL TV, and thanks for all the great work that's been happening in the competition.
No worries, Yeendy. Thanks for having me on.